2001 Toyota MR2 Spyder, aka the MRS, the third generation of MR2. This one is owned by Calvin from the Redline Ricer YouTube channel. Link to that down in the description. And of course, as you can tell, he tracks this. We have an extensive list of mods, but first and most importantly, these cars originally came with the 1ZZ engine. That's a 1.8 liter naturally aspirated inline 4, making 138 horsepower, 125 pound-feet of torque. It's kind of a sad engine, so it is very common, as Calvin has done here, to swap it with a 2ZZ GE. This one, with the tune and all the various supporting mods, makes 178 wheel horsepower at 7,900 RPM, 126 wheel torque at 7,000 RPM, with a redline of 8,500 RPM. With all the mods he's done, the way the car is sitting right now, it weighs in just a little bit over 2,100 pounds. That is an absolute featherweight, and this thing is tiny. It's lighter than the equivalent, the contemporary NB Miata, by a couple hundred pounds. Those were like 2,400 pounds. The wheelbase here is actually quite a bit longer because the wheels are so far outstretched. There's not much overhang, and this is about 96 inches wheelbase, whereas the NB Miata was like 89. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive. We got 42%, 58% front to rear weight distribution. Oh. There we go. Calvin's also twisted the tack sideways because the steering wheel, as it's currently placed, blocks off some of the higher revs, so you want to be able to see the red line. We got the shift lights here as well. This shifter, though, the 6-speed, feels like it is in quicksand or mush. It is so imprecise, so much slop, no crispness or delineation between gates going from a gear to neutral to the next gear. Oh yes. Oh, thank you for putting in a 2ZZ. The 1ZZ only revs up to 6,800 RPM. Here, the second cam only starts at 6,000 RPM. Gives you so much confidence because it's so light. You have that mid-engine balance, that really tight polar moment of inertia. It is willing to just rotate right around you. Slightly more rearward weight distribution. We have strut front and strut rear suspension. Ah, nice and sharp throttle response. Pedal placement is really suboptimal for heel toe though. The pedals are really close, but the depth of the brake pedal makes it such that it's hard to get your foot sideways over the throttle. It's too deep, it's far away, and the throttle is too close. Man, no body roll. Look at this. This thing is on rails, man. So planted, so flat. Engine not giving you that much torque, low to mid-range, so it rewards you to really rev it out too, which is a feature, not a bug. That was a painful heel toe, but it was a smooth heel toe at least. Makes you have to think with every shift. It doesn't fall into the background like you want. Steering here, very sharp front end, incredibly immediate. There's no delay between your input and the output the car gives you. With the suspension as well, such immediacy to everything the car is doing, which adds so much more confidence as you're behind the wheel and you start pushing it. The throttle pedal, even the brakes, there's a good amount of initial travel before it even starts to bite, and then it gets little bit more logarithmic with the bite pressure. Not incredibly linear, but at least it's high enough resolution, so there's a good enough amount of travel that you can modulate it decently well. That wheelbase, much longer than the Miata. The suspension being much different than a Miata really gives you a lot of confidence. Looking at the car, it seems like it would be intimidating. Steering's giving me a decent amount of communication. But it almost feels like that kind of mushiness from the transmission. There's a little bit of that in the steering, ever so slightly. Almost like it's rubbing against something, having a little bit of friction. Feeling super planted with these bucket seats. Luckily, Calvin is also a taller guy, so I'm actually quite comfortable right now. Even though this car looks like it would be impossible to fit in if you were more than 6 foot. At 6'1", it's not too bad. Brilliant throttle response too. You do have to be mindful. You want to jab it a little bit further and like harder, in the sense that since the throttle is so long, it's not a quick, short jab. It's a bit of a longer throw with your jab. But man, these cars are really cursed with really bad transmissions. The other example I reviewed on the channel before similarly had major issues with the transmission. It had an aftermarket CAE that still required a lot of adjustment. But man, you give these guys the right engine, they just completely wake up. Such a buzzy, happy, fun, enjoyable, rewarding experience. They egg you on to push them harder. And the way Calvin has set this up, this would be an absolute riot on track. Sharp and fun and confidence inspiring. As long as you can get around this with confidence as well. I feel like the risk of money shifting goes a lot higher when you don't have confidence in knowing what gates you're in and not in. There's so much grip and there's no body roll. It's just so planted. And 2,100 pounds is an insane featherweight. I mean, even the Miata at 23 to 24 feels so light. You take something that is 300 pounds lighter than that, and you give it a more serious suspension and supporting mods, and wow, it feels like a literal go-kart for the street. This is like 5 steps more go-kart than a Miata, at least a stock ND3. I'm getting these heel toes, but it's not comfortable in the pedal box. Although I do wear size 13 shoes, and I got these, you know, I like to also twist my foot. I think some people like to roll. I don't like rolling. It makes me concerned that I may slip off the brake pedal or something. So I like to twist, and it's not really conducive to that. But man, what a riot. I thought the suspension would also be overly harsh and punishing on a road like this. You can see that it's picking up a lot of the lower, or the higher frequency, the lower amplitude bumps. But because the car is so light, it's not punishing. If you were trying to get this level of body control in a much heavier car, a larger car, yes, it would be punishing. But here, because it is so light, I mean, sure, it does feel stiff for the road, but it's really, like, it's not fatiguing. At least the ride comfort isn't. The exhaust and the sound, I do consider fatiguing. It is incredibly loud, but man, what a riot. Shout out to Calvin for letting me review his MRS. Let me know what you think with a comment down below. Check out his channel, linked below as well. And shout out to Fenton from the Zygreen channel for making this review possible. My friends, if you want your car reviewed, visit us on JabalAndCars.com. Fill out that form on the homepage. Much love, and I'll see you all in that next one.